cannot be silent.
Back when Eisenhower was the president, golf courses is where most of his time was spent. So I never really listened to what the president said, because in general I believed that the general was politically dead. But he always seemed to know when the muscles were about to be flexed, because I remember him saying something, mumbling something about a military-industrial complex.
As I have walked among the desperate, rejected, and angry young men, I have told them that Molotov cocktails and rifles would not solve their problems. I have tried to offer them my deepest compassion while maintaining my conviction that social change comes most meaningfully through nonviolent action. But they ask, and rightly so, what about Vietnam? They ask if our home nation wasn't using massive doses of violence to solve its problem, to bring about the changes it wanted. Their questions hit home, and I knew that I could never again raise my voice against the violence of the oppressed in the ghettos without having first spoken clearly to the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today, my own government. For the sake of those boys, for the sake of this government, for the sake of the hundreds of thousands trembling under our violence, I cannot be silent.
Each one reach one, each one top.
I cannot be silent.
Nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something. Everyone must play a part. Everyone got to go to work. Work for peace. Spirit say work.
I cannot be silent.
Empowering the body, mind, and spirit. This is We Cannot Be Silent with Phil Restino and Larry Pinkney.
Live with Phil Restino and his guest, Laura Cattleman. Laura, did I say your last name correctly?
You did, Gary. Thank you.
I try so hard to get people's names right, but, you know, with a last name like mine, with the name Hendershot, you can imagine some of the things people do with that from time to time. But in any case, we're gonna allow Phil and his guest Laura to do their presentation, which is entitled "We Cannot Be Silent." And I'm going to bow out and let you all have it. Here you go.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much for all the work you're doing this weekend to put on the April edition of the UnitedWeStrike.com radio marathon. And hello, everybody. My name is Phil Restino. I'm one of the co-hosts of the program We Cannot Be Silent with Phil Restino and Larry Pinkney. And Larry is unable to be with us today, but don't fret. We have a wonderful guest with us. Our guest tonight is Laura Cattleman, and Laura is a national coordinator with architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, who have a campaign going right now entitled Tip the Planet. And Laura's kind enough to accept our invitation to come on this evening for our half-hour program. Laura, are you there? Can you hear us?
I'm here. Yes, Phil. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm just so honored to be here and delighted to share about this amazing project with your listeners today.
Oh, good. Very good. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what the project is that you're working on. Did I refer to it correctly? Operation Tip the Planet?
You did. That's our internal name for it.
Okay.
It's an extraordinarily exciting project. It is the first ever global transmedia 9/11 anniversary event. And the focus of it, the purpose of it, is to spread 9/11 truth awareness globally in hundreds of cities. It's an advertising campaign directed at outdoor and transit media, meaning in subways, on billboards, lawn signs, bumper stickers, T-shirts, in storefront windows, freeway blogging, on sides of buses, on sides of benches. You'll see one message starting September 1st, running for the entire 4 weeks of September.
Dynamite. And on the website, there's my understanding is there's been a contest where folks were able to submit different designs for these ads. Can you tell us a little bit about that and where the listeners may be able to go on the internet to see this?
Yes, actually, we just finished our contest. It was pretty funny, actually, because some of the people on our team said, "What are you going to have a contest for? You won't get anybody to bother putting together ads and slogans for you." Well, within the first couple hours, so they said, "Don't give 10 prizes because you won't even get 10 submissions."
Yeah.
Within the first couple hours, we got 79 entries. And at the end of it all, we got over 370 phenomenal entries. People put together the most amazing layouts and slogans, incredibly creative and clever and attention-grabbing.
And if folks go to ae911truth.org, you'll see the homepage for the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth, and one of the first things that pops up is "drum roll, please," and it announces the top 10 vote getters for the ad contest. So I guess you would click on the "Read More" button, and let's see what we have here. Oh boy. There's already been over $100,000 raised. Is that correct?
There has been. It's been very exciting. We really haven't even started the fundraising effort, and already people have started to contribute to this campaign. And if people are interested in participating, in contributing, they can just go to the web address that you suggested, ae911truth.org, and look at the drum roll. And if they click on the "Read More" and scroll down, there are opportunities to hopefully everybody who's listening will click the support button. It'll take them to our Fundly page, and there's a little support button right there with a heart in it. Click that to show that you're supporting Operation Tip the Planet, this movement, this campaign, massive campaign to spread 9/11 Truth awareness worldwide. So they can, on that page, if they click all the way down to the very bottom of the article, it says "Show your support." Click there, and just to the right, they can click that support button, and they can also donate. And we've raised that Fundly page is. You may wonder, how are we going to coordinate a campaign that's worldwide in hundreds of cities? And we already have it's a coalition, by the way. I should start there. It's a coalition led by Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. But right now we have 38 other organizations that have signed on board. And you might think, okay, it's all 9/11 Truth organizations. It is not. We have peace groups. We have Veterans for Peace, a couple different peace organizations. We have the Thrive Movement, which a huge movement. They've got over 700 organizations worldwide that they're pushing out all of our action alerts to. And we have religious groups that are supporting this campaign. It's very broadly based.
I see that. And I know our chapter of Veterans for Peace here in Central Florida, we signed on. I'm hoping that we can work together and get other chapters of Veterans for Peace. There's over 120 chapters across the country. And in 2009, Laura, our National Veterans Organization passed a resolution calling for a new independent investigation into the attacks of 9/11. After all, if your purpose is to stop the war, that's our organization's purpose, you'd want to look at the justification we've been given for the war, and that's the fairy tale the government gave us, explaining the conspiracy and naming the conspirators behind the attacks of 9/11, 2001, and that's been the sole one and only justification given for this insane war on terror the world has been enduring for the past 11, 12 years. And so I'm hoping that other Veterans for Peace chapters and other groups, and hopefully we can cross the left-right boundary. You know, truth should not be limited to one side or the other. The truth is the truth, no matter where it takes you. And this is exciting to see so many groups already signed up. I do know, I don't know if you've spoken directly with the San Diegans for 9/11 Truth, Laura. You have Ted and Elise Muga and Dave Gapp and a bunch of the folks. I do know that they're presenting sponsorship of this campaign to the San Diego chapter of Veterans for Peace at their next chapter meeting, and hopefully they'll approve it and sign on as well. But what else can you tell us about this ad campaign?
Well, first of all, Ted and Elise have signed on, and I'm well aware that Ted is going to try and get the support of the San Diego Veterans for Peace chapter, and hope that we will get that. We also have some Occupy groups. We have wearechange.org that has signed on.
Great organization, yes.
9/11 Occupy. I'd love to get some more Occupy groups, and really any group. We have a church and a pastor that have signed on with their support. So the listeners can actually do something here in their own community to get let's say the local Occupy group or religious group or whatever to sign on. How would folks do that are listening right now? Would they just go to this page and take a look at it? And is there a way to contact you or someone else who may be able to provide a little more guidance to anyone wanting to help get more people behind this? Yes, our focus right now is growing our coalition. Mm-hmm. And growing our pod, and I'll explain that in a minute. But if people want to contact me, my email address is lcattleman, KATLEMAN, at ae911truth.org. That's quite a mouthful. If they don't want to bother with that, they can just go on the ae911truth.org site. Go into that drumroll please bulletin, and about halfway down, you'll see email Laura. And
yes, right at step 2. Let's unite and grow. Do you belong to another group? Then join our coalition. Email Laura, and that looks like it's a hot link. You just click on it, and it automatically takes the reader to your email. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so people can, email me with questions, email me with organizations, and I'll put them right on our list. All I need is the name of the organization, a contact person, email address, if there's a URL. Any of those things, I can add them to our coalition, because it is quite impressive to people who don't know anything about what happened, the real story about what happened on 9/11, to hear that there are 2,000 plus architects and engineers and scientists calling for a new investigation, that there are millions of citizens and a growing list of organizations, coming up on 40 organizations. That's impressive to people. So nobody can call us a fringe movement with that kind of support.
And when did you kick off this program, Laura, this effort here?
I would say we're kind of in the pre-launch right now, because we're still deciding on our ad. But I did want to explain a little bit more to your listeners about what's going to be happening and the other ways that they can participate, because this is a global campaign and it is for the full month of September. We want to make it possible for anybody, any city in the world that wants to participate to be able to participate. So we've set up a match program. So your city, Phil, let's say, decides that it wants to raise money for some outdoor transit advertising in Florida. Mm-hmm. You contact me. I set up a page for you on our crowdsourcing platform. You don't have to do it. All you have to do is send me an email saying, set up a team page for me, Laura, please. I will do it. You are able to then send your page around to people, raise money. If you raise $1,000, we will match your $1,000. So you'll have $2,000 to go out and you don't have to buy the advertising yourself. We will do that for you. We have a company that will buy the advertising.
Oh, so that work is done by you folks then. We don't have to find the advertising here. We just need to do the fundraising.
That's all you have
locally.
To do. Click the support button and click the donut button, and we do everything else.
Okay. That's great. I thought that we would have to hit the pavement out here and try to find billboards or bus company signs or what have you. So that's, you folks take care of that end. And and those of us out here listening and clicking on the AE911truth.org button here to get to this campaign, we just email Laura, find out the details, and get this page set up. Now, you say page. What is a page? Is that something on Facebook or something different?
Let me have you click so you can look while we're talking about it, Phil.
Okay.
So, where it says become a supporter and let others know for free. You see that under number 1 there on the action alert?
Number 1. Yes, I do. Click on it. Okay.
Click on it. And that's going to take you to our Fundly page. You'll say Fundly up at the top of your browser.
Yes.
You don't have to know that. You can just, anybody who's listening can just click. It says Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth right at the top, and Operation Tip the Planet, the first global 9/11 anniversary project ever. By combining a global alibi, grassroots actions, and movement activation, we will be heard. That's what you'll see at the top. So if you scroll down, you'll see that there are 5 teams. Right now we have Team Canada, Team Sweden, Tennessee Truthers, Team Anchorage, and Team Las Vegas.
Ah, yes.
So I would create a Phil Restino Florida page or whatever you wanted to call your team. So anybody can email me and say, set me up a team page. I'll be the team leader. All I need is your email address and the name of your team. I'll set up the team page and you're ready to go to start fundraising.
Great.
And we probably will have a contest as well to see who gets to $1,000 first. You know, to like maybe the first 10 or 20 cities that get to $1,000 first.
Sure. I see. Okay.
And the other thing people can do is they can fundraise for the team. And if they hit donate and they donate something, a button will come up and it'll say fundraise for this campaign. So they can have their own personal pages, or there can be team pages. But if you fundraise, have your own fundraising page for the campaign, it will go into the main pot. You'll see we've got $6,600.
Yes.
All of that $6,600, those are matching funds. So we can offer matching funds to 6.6 different cities right now with what's in the pot, because we've got $6,600 in there.
Great. I see.
Does that make sense, or is it a little complicated?
Well, I think it takes people to get on this website and try to walk through it, and it's great to know that we can contact you. The main thing is to start off once again by going to AE911truth.org, and then we click on drum roll, please, or something more specific, Laura?
Yeah, click on drum roll, please, and the read more, so it'll open up the whole bulletin.
Gotcha.
That's right there.
Oh boy, that's great. Go
ahead. And the things that they can do once they do that is they can click the support button, and they can, support us on the Fundly page or donate, or they can email me asking me to set up their team page or asking me to list their organization as a supporting organization to Operation Tip the Planet.
Great.
So 4 different things they can do, and hopefully they'll do all of them.
Is there? I see down here below there are the 2 celebrities, Ed Asner and Daniel Sunjata. They seem to be supporting this effort too, and they've been great over the years. It's amazing how so few people step up and put their careers on the line for a very, very, very inconvenient truth here, that being the truth behind the attacks of 9/11. But can you tell us anything more about these 2 fellows and what their their involvement might be with this effort?
Absolutely. Well, I'll actually read you quotes from them if you'd like.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Here's what Ed Asner says. We need your support to spread 9/11 truth awareness globally. It's time. Then go to www.fundly.com/OTP, click the support button, and donate whatever you can. That's Ed. And then we've got Daniel Sunjata. This is the project I've been waiting for. We all have an unprecedented opportunity to harness the power of the truth and peace movements in this massive worldwide action, Operation Tip the Planet. I'm throwing myself fully into this AE 9/11 truth-inspired coalition and asking you to do the same. So they've both written letters for us. They've both agreed to be in a video promoting Operation Tip the Planet.
Great.
They both are pretty much available to do whatever we ask them to do. So we are very, very fortunate to have their support.
Oh, good. And this is great that we've got to keep spreading this word. And speaking of spreading the word, you may already, some of the listeners already are aware of this, but the 15th of every month, UnitedWeStrike.com, and I hope we get that website out to different people. Maybe when you leave the program tonight, Laura, you can pass it on to the folks in your circle. UnitedWeStrike.com is a great page, and what they do there is they basically ask folks to check out for a day, just not participate in this corrupt system. The motto is don't buy, don't comply, ask why. Something, is that it, Gary? I kind of mess that up from time to time. Don't buy, don't comply, ask why. And that's the 15th of every month, and we have this radio marathon that has all kinds of wonderful shows. Our half-hour program is just one of many good programs, and that's the second Saturday of every month is the UnitedWeStrike.com radio marathon, and we want to encourage all the 9/11 truthers and architects and engineers to check us out and come back and visit and tell their friends, just as I believe the listeners tonight are going to be telling folks about AE911truth.org and Operation Tip the Planet. So I hope I got all that in correctly. Laura, we're coming up on just a few minutes left in the program. Are there any other things that you'd like to share with the listeners?
Yes, I would really encourage people to get on the AE 9/11 Truth mailing list so they can be kept up to date with what's happening with Operation Tip the Planet. Also, if they hit the support button on Fundly, they'll be kept up to date as well. Because for the month of September, it's a virtual perfect storm of 9/11 Truth activities. We've got the advertising, both transit, media, outdoor advertising, as well as grassroots action starting for September 1st. We're also contemplating doing a White House petition to try and be the first petition ever to get to 100,000 signatures in one day. And we have that ability to do that partly because we've got a few very large organizations on board, like the Thrive Movement that gets 1 million visitors to their site every month. And they're going to list us as a critical mass action.
Great.
Where people actually can sign up. So I was thinking, as you were mentioning about, is it the second Saturday of each month when you...
The second Saturday of every month, we have the UnitedWeStrike.com radio marathon, which we're participating in right now. And the 15th of every month, UnitedWeStrike.com asks people to just check out for a day. Don't buy, don't comply, ask why. Just stay home, don't participate in the corrupt system.
45 seconds to do that last-minute blatant self-promotion.
Oh, great. Well, UnitedWeStrike.com, please pass it on to folks, and AE911truth.org, and just keep at it. I do want to say our own program here, Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Ralph Pointer. Larry and I will be doing a 2-hour broadcast on wolfspiritradio.com, and we'll have Ralph Pointer, whose wife is political prisoner Lynn Stewart. Free Lynn Stewart. If you Google that or search it, that'll give you more info on that. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, Laura, you got about 15 seconds.
Okay, so go to AE911truth.org, click on drumroll, the bulletin drumroll, to find out all the information about Operation Tip the Planet. Make sure you click the support button on there, donate if you can, contact me where it says email Laura. I can answer any questions, and I would love to list your organization as a supporting organization. And I just want to thank you so much.
You've used every second. You've used every second. Thank you both so much.
Thank you so much, Gary. Laura, thank you.